to New Being Queen Talk Show, where we share our truths, tell our stories, and discuss our journey while inspiring others to be who God has called them to be unapologetically. Allow us to introduce the amazing host, Queen Yolanda Mitchell. Welcome to New Being Queen Talk Show. I hope y'all can hear me. If you can hear me, please let me know. How do I sound to you? Can you hear me? I'm asking the question, can you hear me? I was having some little difficulties with the sound. Amen. Amen. We're going to go ahead and get started. I have a beautiful guest for you all on tonight. I am so excited. I am so excited to introduce this beautiful woman of God to you all, a very, very powerful woman of God, and also the woman that's going up for mayor in Citronelle. I'm so excited about it. So if you all are in here, I would love for you to comment real quick just to let me know if you can actually hear me. What do I sound like? Because I'm not sure what I sound like. So please let me know what I sound like. Okay. I'm going to go ahead and get ready to read her bio to you all. I hope and pray that it sounds good. So I'm kind of nervous real quick right now because I can't get any feedback. I can't get any feedback. So I was looking for someone to let me know if they could actually hear what I sound like. I just wanted to know, how do I sound? So I'm going to go ahead and go forward and hope and pray that, y'all can actually hear me. Amen. So Devenia Reynolds is a devoted wife, mother, and grandmother who cherishes family and understands the value of unity. She earned a bachelor's degree in theology from E.L. Whiting Seminary School in 2014, and recently furthered her education by obtaining an associate's applied science and an early childhood development degree in 2023. In addition to her academic achievements, Devenia is a distinguished business owner and serial entrepreneur. She has founded founded multiple businesses, including Reynolds Enterprise and Associates, and she serves as CEO and director of Lift Worldwide Corp, a nonprofit organization dedicated to community services and individual development. Her life work is centered around advocating for God, family unity, and community advancement. As Citronelle's future mayor, Devenia Reynolds, will prioritize the needs of the community above all else, regardless of political affiliations, gender, ethnicity, or background. Her vision for Citronelle is rooted in unity, progress, and opportunity for everyone. Together, she believes the community can address the challenges it faces and pave the way for a brighter future. With the support of Citronelle's residents, she is confident that remarkable things can be accomplished. That's why her campaign slogan is both simple and powerful. Yes, we can. Devenia Reynolds is not running to compete against Citronelle, against anyone, but to collaborate with the people of Citronelle. She aimed to be the voice, your advocate, and the partner in propelling the city forward. This election is not about her. It's about the dedicated residents who deserves a mayor committed to prioritizing their needs. She invites everyone to join her in this mission. Together, the community can revitalize the local economy, improve infrastructures, and enhance the quality of life for every resident of Citronelle. The road ahead may be challenging, but Devenia believes that with the community support and obstacles can be overcome. Yes, we can. Make Citronelle a shining beacon of what is achievable through community unity. Yes, we can. Create jobs, enhance schools, collaborate with nonprofit, and build a safer, more prosperous city. Yes, we can. Restore pride and optimism to this beloved city. On the economic front, Devenia Reynolds will tirelessly work to attract new businesses, industries to Citronelle. She will provide the necessary incentives and support to help local entrepreneurs and small businesses flourish by generating more well-paying jobs and lessen its dependencies on single industries. The time for change is now. Devenia Reynolds humbly seeks the vote, and trust of Citronelle's residents. Together, she believes they will shape the next chapter in the city's history. I present to some and introduce to others the beautiful Apostle Devenia Reynolds. But before we get started, let me still try to go behind the scenes and see if I can hear what I sound like. So just give me just a brief moment. I'll be right with you. Let me just see if I can check this real quick. Amen. I'm just getting some things together real quick. This is just an exciting time for me. So I'm excited to introduce the beautiful woman of God to you all on today. I know this is going to be good. I'm super excited about it. So let me go ahead and tag something real quick, tag some people while I'm getting started. Okay, so I see that we do have a guest here. Let me know if you can actually hear me. What do I sound like? Can you hear me? Let me know if you can hear me. I pressed the button here, so I couldn't tell if I was okay. Okay, so I can hear myself. So that's good. So I'm excited. Okay, so we're getting ready to get started. We got the beautiful woman of God getting ready to come forth. But before I get her ready to come forth, I just read the bio off to you all. And if you have not shared the video, go ahead and share this live on today. Share it with all your family and your friends, because guess what? This woman of God, I'm going to ask her some questions, and I need you all to help me to ask her some questions. I can't do it by myself. I do have some questions for her, but I would love for you to interact with me. So for someone that's a Black female, woman of God, going up for mayor in her hometown, I need you all to help me to ask her questions. So in the comment section, ask questions. Don't have me up here by myself asking the questions by myself. I need you all to help me in this participation. So before we even get the woman of God to come forth, go ahead and share this on your Facebook pages. Share it on your Facebook page. Tag your friends to come and be a part of this, because I need some of your participation on today. So I see some more people are coming in. That's good. That's good. That's good. Let's get some more people to come in to be a part of this live, because I'm telling you all, it is going to be good. It's going to be good. It's going to be good. We have a woman of God that's going up for mayor. Going up for mayor. Y'all know that's huge. And Citronelle, I'm not sure if y'all know much about Citronelle, but if y'all know the woman of God, y'all, we got to help support however we can, even if we're not, because I'm not even a part of Citronelle. I'm not even a part of the community, but I know this woman of God here. So if you have not shared this on your Facebook page, hello, Queen Lindsay, Precious, will you please share this on your Facebook page, woman of God? We need to go ahead and get this shared on our page and tag some people, tag some friends, let them know that we are here live. We're getting ready to interview a beautiful woman of God who's going up for mayor in her hometown. This is big. This is big. I interviewed a woman a while back that went up for it was going up for judge. So that is big, as a woman empowerment. So I love this kind of stuff. I'm excited about it. I love this kind of stuff here. So if y'all will help me share, let's get as many people on as possible. So let me go ahead and start sharing some people. I want to get some more people in on this live as possible. Let me go ahead and get some people in. Tag your family members, friends. Tell them to come and be a part of this live on tonight, y'all. Let them know that we are here and we're ready to interview a beautiful woman of God. Let me go ahead and tag some of my family and friends to come in to be a part of. Tell them to wake up. Tell them to get up, okay? Tell them to get up. Okay, y'all. We're almost there. We're almost there. Oh, thank y'all. Thank y'all. Thank y'all for sharing this. Thank y'all for sharing this live on tonight. Thank y'all for sharing. I'm so excited. Thank you, Precious. Thank you, woman of God. Thank you so much. And so we want to ask her questions. So I have a few questions here. I need you all to help me ask her some questions. Let me go back on Facebook. Y'all, we are coming. We are coming. I'm just waiting on a few more things to come before I bring the woman of God up. I just got a couple more things I have to take care of. And so, okay, okay. So, okay. Great evening, Queen Nora. Thank you for coming in. If you have not shared, share this on your Facebook page. Share it on your Facebook page. So I got some things I got taking. Just going on behind the scenes. But I need you all to go ahead and share this live. Listen, this is a woman of God, a devoted, powerful, anointed woman of God that's going up for mayor in Citronelle. And I'm so excited to have her to come forth and to just talk about how it is like going up for mayor. Like we gotta ask some questions. So I need as many of you all as possible to share this live because I need y'all to help me ask questions. So I'm excited for it. So y'all stay here. Don't leave me. Do not leave me by myself to ask this woman of God all these questions. So share it on your Facebook page and invite your family and friends to come on. She's a wife. She's a mother. She's going up for mayor. Don't y'all know that's bold? That is brave of her to do that. So I'm excited. I'm excited. I got so many questions I want to ask her, and I cannot ask these questions by myself. So y'all, please stay tuned with me. She's going up for mayor in Citronelle for a future mayor. And we got some questions that we need to be asking her. How did she start? What made her start? I need to know the questions because maybe one day, maybe you, or somebody we know, maybe going up for mayor, and we can find out how we can definitely be a support to them. How can we be a support to others who going up, just even going up for county commissioner, things like that? That is big for you to even have a concern for your community. Just a concern, I'm just saying. So if y'all have not, hey, Queen Latanya, will you please share on your Facebook page, woman of God? Will you please share on your Facebook page? I have a few things some few difficulties that we have going on behind the scenes. But before we get started, let me go ahead and play us a little bit of music to go ahead and get us started. So I got some little difficulties going on behind the scenes. I'm gonna go ahead and play some background music just a little bit to kind of calm me down because I'm a little nervous. So we got 6 people. Y'all stay tuned. Don't leave me. Do not leave this live. Okay. So we got some little things we got going on behind the scenes. But before we even do all that, let me go ahead and play some music for you all. Okay.
Yeah. You don't know what I've been through, but God does. He took my ashes and gave me a crown. Now I walk like royalty. I am a new being queen. Used to cry in the mirror, lost in shame, bruised heart, heavy soul, trapped in pain. But he called my name through the stormy rain. Told me, daughter, rise up, you're not the same. Had to break those chains, let the old me die. Now I'm soaring high, got a kingdom vibe. No more hiding scars, no more silent screams. I was born again, living out my dreams. I'm a new being queen, walking in the light, saved by grace, covered in his might. From the ashes I rose with wings, now I wear my crown. I'm a daughter of the King. Ooh, I'm a new being queen, set apart, anointed, holy and redeemed. Can't hold me down, no devil, no scheme. I'm royalty now, God's chosen dream. Every no I heard became God's yes. Every tear I cried was a setup for the best. He rewrote my story, gave me brand new scenes. Now I slay in faith, crowned in victory. I got that Esther fire, roots devotion, Holy Spirit power in full motion. Beauty for my ashes, strength for my soul. He made me whole, now I'm walking bold. I'm a new being queen, walking in the light, saved by grace, covered in his light. From the ashes I rose with wings, now I wear my crown. I'm a at this grace. I was built in fire, now I take my place. Don't need no throne to prove who I am. He wrote my name on the palm of his hand. You be queen. Hey, walking in the King's dream. Yes, sir. Faith on fire, healed and seen. I'm rising up, I'm the new being, crowned in his glory, shining bright. Born again, I'm royalty in his sight. This is my season, this is my scene. I am the new being queen.
Listen. Woo!
Yeah. You don't know what I've been through, but God does.
Listen, we're getting ready to have her
He
to
took
come
my
forth,
ashes and
y'all.
gave me a
I just
crown.
want to real quick.
Now I walk like royalty. I am
coming
the
on.
new being queen.
All baby
Used to
got some
cry
difficulties
in the
behind the
mirror,
scenes. We almost
lost
there, y'all.
in shame,
All
bruised
there.
heart, heavy soul, trapped in pain. But he called my name through the stormy
Almost
rain.
there, y'all.
Told me, daughter, rise
excited.
up. You're not the same. Had to break those chains. Let the old me die. Now I'm soaring high. Got a kingdom vibe. No more hiding scars. No more silent screams. I was born again, living out my dreams. I'm a new being queen, walking in the light, saved by
Almost there.
grace, covered in his might. From the ashes I rose with wings. Now I wear my crown. I'm a daughter of the King.
Looks like we're there, y'all. Hold on one second. Amen. Thank y'all so much for tuning in on tonight. We have our woman of God that's coming forth. Oh my goodness, it has been a beautiful, beautiful day. This here
Every
created and made by our very own Queen,
yes. Every tear
Monique
I
Rogers,
cried
Dr.
was a
Monique
setup
Rogers.
for the
So,
best.
if
He
you all would like
rewrote
to
my story,
made it
gave me
created,
brand new.
get with her. All right, all right, all right. So y'all listen, we got our upcoming mayor. Yes, getting ready to come forth. So I read her bio already. If y'all have not shared this live, go ahead and share this live, okay? Go ahead and share. And thank you all for tuning in. And thank you for staying with me through the difficulties behind the scenes, but we got it together. So for those that don't know, we have a powerful woman of God that's going up for mayor in Citronelle, and she will give y'all just a little bit more information and details about it. And so if you have not shared, share and communicate with us. So when she's getting ready to come forth, I need you all to be right here with me to ask questions. I don't want to be the only one asking questions. So I'm getting ready to bring forth the beautiful woman of God, Apostle Dr. Devenia. Here she comes. Hey, Apostle, how are you? Yeah, I'll unmute your phone. Unmute it. Amen. You have to unmute your mic.
Okay,
There you
is that
go.
better?
There she
Awesome,
go. There
awesome,
she is.
awesome,
Ooh.
awesome.
Oh, glad to have
Hello,
you,
hello,
Apostle.
hello.
And looking beautiful with that red hair. Oh, she's spicy. Yes, ma'am. You're absolutely gorgeous. Thank you for tuning in. Apostle, thank you for being a guest on tonight. I'm so excited. You know, I got me some questions for you, woman of God. But
Woo!
before we get started,
I am super
before we
excited
get started,
about the questions. I'm going to turn my screen around because something's not working right.
yes, ma'am.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am. And that is perfectly fine. And it's
okay,
beautiful. It's beautiful.
that's better.
So, Apostle, I'm gonna let you introduce yourself just a little bit. I've already read your bio. But for those that missed it,
Awesome.
this is an opportunity now. Yes, ma'am, to reintroduce yourself.
Well, hello everyone. I would first like to say I'm so grateful to be on the Nubian Queens talk show, right along with this amazing queen. Amen. None other than my sister, my friend, prophetess Yolanda Mitchell. I would be remiss not to let you know about this queen that has been, such an amazing factor in my life. And I'm grateful that she would give me this opportunity to take part in this talk show tonight. I know many of you, I guess, heard the bio, but I am Mrs. Devenia Reynolds. I'm a wife, I'm a mother, I am a proud grandmother, I am a serial entrepreneur, businesswoman, and I'm also a minister of the gospel. My husband and I, Apostle Robert Reynolds Sr., is the ministers of the Lift Worldwide Outreach Ministries. And I am a candidate for the mayor here in the great city of Citronelle.
Listen, Apostle, I'm so excited. So I already done told them they know they don't need to have me here interviewing you and asking you the questions all by myself. So, Apostle, we know that you are going up to be the mayor for this beautiful county, but in this beautiful city. I do have a question for you. So let me go ahead and read off my first question I have for you, because we know that you are going up, but do you know if there has been any other blacks that have went up or even made mayor in this county?
To my knowledge and the research that I've done, I would be your first or the first of African descent to actually even, be in the race or be on the ballot. So I would be the
Mm.
first. The city was formed around 1811. And so for 214 years, there's not been another individual of African descent.
Oh, that's big. That's big, Apostle. That is huge. That is huge. So you are really breaking history. Like you are really breaking ground by just going up and doing this here. So that is really big. You're doing something that not many people may have been brave enough to do, but you decided that, hey, I can do this thing.
Well,
So I
I
have
did. Oh, excuse me.
go ahead. Go ahead. What were you about to say?
Well, I did not know that, in the beginning, until
Right?
after I actually, had went through the process to be qualified to become a candidate, and that's
Hmm.
when I learned that, that there had ever been a African descendant ever, attempted or had been on the ballot. So that's when I think reality hit me, that this is history being made, and that just
Right.
gives me even more, the drive to support our community as a whole. So, yes, ma'am.
Wow. I mean, Apostle, are you nervous about it? Are you nervous to be doing this? This is major, right? You said no,
Um,
you're not nervous.
well, I'm not nervous for the
You're
position.
excited,
I'm excited.
right?
Nervous to the biggest. If I would say that I was nervous, I'm nervous at letting the people of Citronelle down. That's where I
Right,
feel nervousness at, because I truly want to meet every need of those residents that live in the city of Citronelle, and so or should I say in the city of Citronelle as well, because when you are put in a position to work as a servant leader, um, you have to make sure that you evaluate your own self, because you're not working
right.
necessarily for just a income. Even though mayors that are elected, of course, yes, there's a stipend or there's a a wedge to be made. However, I take it very seriously. I don't take it lightly, that I'm on the ballot because you are being voted or elected in, and so I want to not look at
Right.
being nervous as running the campaign. No, ma'am. Not nervous at all about running the campaign. It's been a great campaign. With the time that I had the opportunity to, get out and speak to people, knock on some doors, using the social media, this amazing talk show, to reach, those that.
Right.
So no, ma'am, I'm not nervous. I just don't want to let the people down as being elected upon. I want to give them everything that that's planned, and the only way we can do that if we do that together. And that's my slogan. Yes, we.
Right. Yes, we can. That's
Yes.
beautiful, Apostle. So I do have one of the listeners. They have a question for you.
Oh,
This
okay.
is by now Queen Norva Briggs. She said, where's that city? It's in Citronelle. Did I pronounce it right, Apostle?
Yes, ma'am. You did. Yes, ma'am.
This
Citronelle,
okay.
Alabama.
So I have another one. In Alabama. Okay. Yes, ma'am. Thank you. So Queen Latanya Ford said, how do you navigate ministry and politics in the same facet?
Wow. That's a great question.
How do you navigate?
It,
Yes, ma'am.
being that
Yes,
I've been
ma'am.
in for approximately 20 years or so, you would navigate it the same way, truthful, honest. You would navigate it by being,
Mm,
integral about what you are doing and
mm.
how you're going to do it. So being that, I've been in ministry as a servant leader, that's how I will and am approaching this candidacy for mayor.
Wow. Now, Apostle, now you emphasize unity and collaboration in your campaign. So can you provide specific examples on how to bring together diverse groups in Centronel to ensure everyone feels included and valuable in your administration?
Um, Let me see how I want to elaborate. Well, when you include diverse people, and Citronelle is very diverse. I live in it.
Hmm.
My subdivision is very diverse, as there are biracial and mixed couples. There are African
Hmm.
couples. There are Indian couples. We have Latinos here in Citronelle. So the city is made up of diverse people. Um, and
Right.
so, and I've seen the people of Citronelle come together, and work together through different storms, or when there's something that's taken place, even the pandemic, it's a
Right.
town of unity, when there's a devastation. But I would like to see that there would be unity in Citronelle as a whole, to grow Citronelle. And the way that I would,
Right.
bring them together is to open up a town hall meeting, by way of sending
Okay.
out email blasts and saying, I want, every resident that is available, that can come in person, and as well as for those that may not can come in person. They may be under the weather, they may have a disability, or they may not even have an automobile. Well, we have
Hmm.
virtual, we have Zoom. So we want,
Right.
in Devenia Reynolds campaign, we want every individual voice to be heard. And that is how you include, or that is how you, bring individuals together, in a growing city. That is how I would do it. I done lost a talk show host. There she is. But that is one way that I would, bring the city together, cast different surveys, And then that way you're getting the opinions and the desires of every individual. It's not just one ethnic background group, which is, one of the major points of my campaign. I had a large rally and it was awesome. I want to, congratulate and thank everyone, not even just those that came or showed up, but those that have supported this campaign, behind the scenes, those that have, donated to this campaign so that it will be everything that it is up to this day. I want to say thank you. Thank you, Citronelle, for showing up, in that manner. But there are other ways that we can bring them together. We can do surveys. We can work, along with those that say, I think that Citronelle would do great if we had, say, a cleaners. And as of right now, there's not a laundry cleaners that is here in the city of Citronelle. And someone else may say, well, what about a Publix store? What about a Walmart? Or what about, a clothing store? Or what about, a hair store? Or what about, more eateries? There's a vast citizens that live here that really want to see change. And change does not come through a continuation where it's been stagnated. And so you bring them together to say it's about what you desire, and let's see how we can work together to make it happen.
So, Apostle, I have another question because these questions are now coming in as you are speaking. And so I do have, she has come back again, Queen Latanya. She is giving it to us. She is giving it to us. So this is beautiful. So let me see some of the beautiful announcements that were made, because they are really coming in. And so I'm going to make sure that we get to the question at hand. And so they're very, very excited for you going up for mayor here. So I want to make sure that we get all of the exposure. Let's go. Okay, so this is the next question. Queen Latanya Ford said, "What is that one thing that you're seeking change for if you are elected? Like, what is that one thing that you are seeking that you really want to see in Citronelle?"
I want to see Citronelle work together as it relates to the leaders in the city, whether if it's mom and dad, it has to start there. You lead from home. But one of the greatest things that I would like to see in Citronelle, that the city as a whole, again, would work with the city council and work with us as the mayor, come together, because, I don't think that we should complain when we don't hold our city council and our mayors, accountable. And when you don't hold them accountable, then they can utilize your tax dollars and they can make decisions when you're not there at the city hall meetings, or you're not showing up with questions, and you're not writing and saying, hey, I do want to work with my mayor, even if it's me when I'm elected. We have, attorney generals, we have probate. We have to really, begin, especially that I'm in a rural urban area. We have to hold people accountable, not just in the metropolitan areas and the larger cities, because, here in along the Gulf Coast, there are cities that are growing. And I just believe that with the right candidate, with the right mindset, with the right experience, and I do have that experience as a business owner. I have that experience as a nonprofit owner. I have that experience not only just saying it with the name, but I'm also educated with degrees that support growth and development. I just graduated from one of the community colleges. My husband and I that we may learn how to work with contracts. We may learn how to work with project managers. We may learn how to work with entities that can support by funding, by helping innovate our community and offer different opportunities. So that's what I want to see done. I know that's a big question, and a big answer rather. The biggest thing I want to see is to see the city of Citronelle residents work alongside me as mayor to leave that legacy, not only for Devenia Reynolds, children and grandchildren, but work with us to leave that legacy after we long gone.
You know what? This is beautiful. Because there's a lot of people that we vote, and we don't even know what our mayor look like because they don't get out. See, once they get voted in, yes, ma'am. Once they get voted in, because because they be out with they out with their during election time, but once the election is over, they're not out there anymore. You don't see them out in the community. You don't see them walking around the community. You don't see them during their community events and things of that nature. You don't even know what they look like. So when you see them, you may be walking by them in a grocery store, may say, hey, and keep right on going, because you don't see them. So for you to say you want to be active in your community, that is big, Apostle. I'm just saying that's big.
Yeah.
That's big.
Well, if you're not out,
so go ahead.
I was about to say, if you're not out, especially when it comes to businesses, you have to go, I believe, because I'm a business owner, and to grow, in the areas where we've grown in our business, throughout the past 22 years, it was because of the leadership of others, mentoring and supporting. So I think a mayor, should go to each business and ask, what can we do as a city? That was one of the first things when I moved to this city. Do you have any incentives? When I say incentives, I mean something like SBA acceleration program, SBA emerging leaders program. And these programs, they are set up to help you scale your business. The incentive is that, they grow in your pitch. They help you build a pitch, that will say, I just pitched for a nonprofit, and it is for, displaced and homeless teenage pregnant girls and moms. Well, I have to get in the community to allow, those that we will, want to serve, to know that we're here. So as a mayor, you have to get out and you have to network with your city. Whether if sometime you knocking door to door, I've received several calls from business owners, and they have said, well, I don't never see my mayor. And this is what I say.
Right.
Like I said earlier, you got to be very integral. I said, well, I understand if you haven't been to, your establishment, but you come to the biweekly meetings so that you can actually express your feelings, and then that way,
Right. That's it.
Yes. Don't wait on, them. You hold them accountable because they are being paid by your tax dollars. Pretty much you own the city because you are making the city move.
So you're saying, okay, while we're concerned about the mayor coming out where we are, but we also should get involved and go to meetings and things of that nature, and holding them accountable. That's good. I love that, Apostle, because that's good. So thank you for sharing that. I have another question. So I have Queen Tracy Pennell. I think out of those, I think I pronounced it correctly. She said, what kind of growth and development do you have for the youth?
Well, wow. I am a graduate with my early childhood development and my associates of arts. Children is my heart. My plans are to work alongside or work with by developing, that early childhood learning center. And I said alone because there are other early childhood centers here. And so now that we can work in conjunction with pre-K up through the third grade, we want to have some after school programs, not only for pre-K through third grade or fifth grade, but we want to have them all the way up to the ages of 12. And then why is it that after they get 12, you think that they have, the mindset or the capabilities to process certain things by being at home until mom and dad arrive? Well, that's when, sometime as being teenagers, we can find ourselves with opportunities that face temptation to get in some trouble. So why not have
Mm.
those after school programs for those teenagers that may be struggling with their math or their English or their assignments, even though Citronelle schools do have and offer tutoring in their school system, but as a vast amount, you're sending children home and their parents may or may not, have that sitter or someone to watch them. So if we were to, and up on me being elected, that is one of the things that I would like to see at each one of the schools. I know there's one at the elementary, but there's not one at the other schools.
Right. That's good. So so that is something that you definitely want to see, like after school. After school is out, because our children, they are busy, and if we have something for them, especially help them, because the teachers, I mean, come on, we know that sometimes those teachers, they are overwhelmed, overworked,
Yes.
and sometimes, and I'm gonna say, when I was in school and the teacher would turn around, she would say, "Did y'all get it? Did everybody get it?" I was too embarrassed to say I didn't quite understand. And then they would explain it again, and I still didn't get it. I mean, especially math. Oh my goodness, it was not my subject. So I was embarrassed to ask questions. So if I'd had somebody that I can go to after school, or they can come to me, or a place where I can go, so I can get that one-on-one, that would have been a blessing for me. Where because some children, they just they want it and some don't, and some of them can get there. I would have been one of the ones that would say, I'll wait till after school, then I'll go. So Queen Tracy, thank you, Queen, for that question. Y'all keep the questions coming, because that's what apostles is. That's what apostle is here for. That was a very, very good question. So, Apostle, I do have another question for you. Since the questions are coming, amen. So the next question is, you mentioned attracting new businesses, supporting local entrepreneurs. What specific incentives or programs do you envision implementing to encourage economic growth in Citronelle, and how will you measure their success?
Well,
I think you kind of hit on that. Yeah, you kind of hit on that, but I just wanted to just bring that question back out again,
one of the things that I
because
do. Oh, no, go ahead. I want to get the question.
Okay, yes, ma'am. I'm gonna come back to that, because one of the things I love that you brought up, that came to my mind, is you go into the businesses. But the one thing that you did say, Apostle, you were mentioning about going to the businesses, asking them questions and things like that. But you also hit on what opportunities that the community has with the, I think you said, the SBA, that they have things like that we can go, and they can teach us as business owners some things that we don't even know that's available, that they have out there, like the dates and the times, and when we can come, and what they have to offer, and when they're going to teach these particular things. So those are good things that we now know through you saying that we have those things in our community, and if we don't, we need to ask the question, because maybe they need to start doing it and letting us know, or putting it out where we can get access to it. So the question again is, I'll ask you again. You mentioned attracting new businesses and supporting local entrepreneurs. What specific incentives or programs do you envision implementing to encourage economic growth in Citronelle, and how will you measure their success?
One of the ways, again, I would always, the first thing I would implement would be a survey to all the businesses, giving them time to think about and consider where they are and where they would like to be. Whether they are long term, they've been in business, there are a few that's been here 40 years. There have been, matter of fact, there was one just had a soft luncheon today. So, to help them implement first, well, let me back up. I would first build a chamber of commerce here.
Mm.
It takes volunteers to do that in some areas, but there
Right.
funding, even for for that when it is laid out, and from president to a vice to a secretary, and then give each business and upcoming business an opportunity to meet at maybe a evening roundtable, a
Hmm.
meeting during the day. And I
That's
know
good.
that they vary, hours do vary here in Citronelle, and that's why you alter it. I am part of several chambers that are not in this city. And so, being that I am alumni and connected, with three other different businesses, or excuse me, three different cities, I have scaled my business, and have raised my children, and paid my home, bills and so forth by working in conjunction, with the Chamber of Commerce. And through the Chamber of Commerce, I've successfully graduated, several programs. Again, SBA offer these opportunities. Well, one might say, well, this is a small community. Well, that's when you partner and say, hey, Citronelle can be a hub for all of these other small, towns that's around them, that already come and shop in Citronelle. They use our post office. They come and get their nails done. I'm sure they're gonna come and maybe buy hair products now that we have a hair store. They you see them here using our McDonald's, and all of the children in the surrounding areas, Mount Vernon or McIntosh, Trunk, Tula, these areas where they come to our schools. And so therefore their parents are coming in and they're spending money right here in Citronelle. Well, if we had something to offer them as a business, such as giving a
Mm.
pitch, letting them develop their business from ground up, through the innovation opportunities. And when I say partner, there are other cities that have these innovation portals, that has been very beneficial, that I am yet part of today. And I have had some conversations, with the president and with the board, upon me becoming the mayor of Citronelle. How could you help me? How could you help us
Mm.
to bridge the gap, where we are in the north part of the county? However, we have to travel 20 or 25 miles. But would you be interested in partnering with Citronelle to set up hubs, so that now where there are less jobs or less opportunities, in our rural area, here's an opportunity that we can give throughout our city by partnering, with other entities like Chamber of Commerce, SBA, creating our own trade and a skills center right here in Citronelle that will populate growth, revenue, and also to give each individual, like myself when I was younger, or even someone that's a senior, to say, I want to own my own home, I want to own my own property. Well, if I had the means of making the money,
Come
and
on.
with the right financial training, and I've talked with and have partnered with several financial institutions, I can call them out right away, that are willing to come and give that training, and not
Oh,
only come. We have a region, well, I don't want to call no names, but there are banks that not only banks but financial institutions that say, Miss Reynolds, most definitely, here's my card. I mean, wherever you can get it set up, the library, if you can use one of your schools, we will come and we will educate your community as to how to budget their income, so that their portfolio would now exemplify the right status, so they can get the loan for their home, so they can
oh, come on.
learn, come on, how to pay their bills on time. Even myself, I am very, I'm listen, today I spent every dime. I wrote down what I spent, because I knew exactly, what I did want to spend for, after payday, the bills that's paid. Now the rest of it don't belong to me. It's going into the savings. because I'm going somewhere. And when you're going somewhere or you building something, you have to have that self-control. And I didn't always have that. No one taught me that in high school. No one taught me that in college, but I did learn it through working with Chamber of Commerce's, working with the entities, programs that were set up that gave me the opportunity to become more vigilant and more understanding as to how to budget my funds. So I would love to offer that to Citronelle. We can't hear you.
You said a mouthful, Apostle. I'm sitting over here saying, why can't are you listen? Come to Jasper. I'm just saying, this is so good. I have Queen Latanya. She said, I like that she said that. She said, in our town, we don't have a YMCA. She said, I often hear the kids say, I don't have anything to do. I'm bored. How do we propose to our mayor about getting a YMCA or a youth program for all ages to keep the kids busy? Like she said, what are your thoughts and, what are your opinions?
Well, that is awesome. I was going to mention as well, we have a Boys and Girls Club that only, are here at, or come into our city, during the months of the summer, which is great. My children, and I'm grateful because there was a period of time where I was single, and I'm grateful for the Boys and Girls Club because they helped me, I knew my children were safe. I knew they was going to snack or they were going to be able to eat, right after school. And then they also help with, your homework. And so that's one of the things that I haven't said much in the public until now. The Boys and Girls Club should, I would like to introduce that here in the city full time. Now, the YMCA, the way I've learned how to really, navigate and make partnerships and connect with people, just go to a YMCA, after you, do a little research online, But then once you get that, you get that contact's name, you call them and say, I want to set up a meeting with you. And once you learn, the ins and outs as to what's needed to bring that to your city, well, write a proposal to your mayor, to the council, to the city, which is, the way to approach it. And then make sure you go to the city and put your name on the docket. Make sure this is for everybody. Anytime you have something that you want to address, or you need the mayor and the council to address, don't call them personally. Please go and put this on record, because when you don't put it on record, it never happened. So go ahead and make sure that you find out when your local city has their meetings, and normally I'm assuming that you have it bi-weekly there in Jasper as well. But sometimes, some cities have it once a month, unless there's a, emergency meeting that they call. But I would suggest that you would do the research, find out everything that YMCA normally has to offer, find you a contact, set up a meeting, whether if it's virtual or in person. And then upon doing that, talk to some of your local residents, the churches, go to the schools, talk to the parents, see if there's something that they would like as well. And if you get that yes, well, write the proposal, brainstorm it, and then pitch that to your city, your mayor and your council. But first, go and put it on the agenda. Make sure it's on the agenda. Again, if you don't put it on the agenda, it's not recorded. And this is how we hold our, municipalities accountable for what they're supposed to be doing with our tax dollars.
That's big. That's big. So Queen Latanya, make sure that when you go to those, you saying go to the meeting and then sign up for a voice to be heard, right? And then have her proposal together. Am I right?
Go and get on the agenda first. Go and
Okay,
get
go
on
ahead.
go to your city hall and say, I
Right,
would like to request to bring up talk to the mayor,
right.
address the council.
Yes.
And that way you put the date, time, and normally, they have a section where you leave your notes, just a brief note of what you would like to discuss. And
Mm,
when you go to that meeting, you're going to be on their physical agenda. And when they call your name, then you can say, I have a proposal. And have I don't know, like for us, there's a mayor and then there's 5 districts. Well, have your proposal and have 6 proposals, so you can hand them over to each one of the elected. And I'm saying this because people need to know that you are elected. This is not your job, this is not your city. You
come
only
on.
position to make some concrete decisions. So thank you, you're welcome. Make the concrete decisions as a unit of council and mayor for the best of the whole city, not for one group, not for one street, not for one avenue,
Mm.
not ethnic background group, but this is how you approach it to make sure everyone is benefiting.
Apostle. Apostle. Okay. That was good. That listen, she said make sure you have your proposal for all, okay? And make sure everybody get one. So what you're saying is not just for your area, but to see about having a YMCA and things like that in every, county, things that is that what you're saying on there in the district? What is it what you're saying, Apostle?
To address, her question about a YMCA,
Hmm.
she was asking, well, how will we do it? And that was my suggestion: is first learn all that you need to learn, about the YMCA. What do they offer? How
Right.
can it benefit your community? Because there are other, opportunities that the young lady, Jasper can, offer the youth. It does not have to necessarily be a YMCA, which they are great. But it can be that you propose an initiative, that set up a nonprofit to
You
offer to your city
you
for your youth. You are creative. I don't know who, I forget who the person asked the question, but
Queen Latanya.
Queen Latanya, use your creativity. Sounds like your heart is pure towards the youth. So, do your homework, go and volunteer and support other, groups that's already working in some areas with the children, so that, hey, you may want to bring a bowling alley. You may want to set up something over the weekend to say, right now, we don't have a building for a bowling alley, but every Saturday, I'm going to ask the parents to everybody, let's pitch in and put up some jumping, houses, calling some food trucks and say, listen, we just gonna line the streets up and we're gonna give these kids something to do so their minds won't be idle, because we know what an idle mind does.
That was workshop. Okay, Apostle, you just done took it to a whole nother level. Queen Latanya, we got work to do. She's from Live Oak, Florida, which is about 30-40 minutes away from where I live. So yes, ma'am. So that's a great question, Queen. Okay, so I do have another Apostle. We're gonna try not to keep you too long, but this has been so good. It's been so good. Okay, so I have another question. So infrastructure is a critical issue for many cities. What are your top priorities for improving Citronelle's infrastructure? And how do you plan to fund these projects without overburdening the taxpayers?
Well, for Alabama, for Citronelle, Alabama, I'm gonna read this off because this is something that's really dear to my heart. Because there's our downtown is stagnated. It's you may have one or two businesses, and it's hard for them to look good and look great because of some of the you know buildings that are torn down, no roof, and just not maintained. So I would improve our infrastructure. Would be by it being one of the top priorities. And I would connect with, and here's a couple entities that I've, spoken with and asked how could we collaborate to work together. And one of them is working directly with our commissioner, Miss Lovegood. She's actually, over our district here in Citronelle, collaborating with her, finding ways that we can work together, and also, write grants that would directly work with, not just what they give the city, annually, because it's going to take more than just the annual stipend, for the city. So, partnering with those that are equipped, that's qualified to write the grants that would target the areas of what we need in the city, not just to say, hey, give us $1 million, give us $10 million. No, we want the funds targeted and directed, to the areas that's needed. There's some areas in our city that needs paving. There's some areas in our city that need lighting. There's some areas in our city that the buildings need to be, either brought back up to code or sold. And so, bringing investors that and this is big. Not just bringing business. I know Citronelle is like myself. The majority is saying, I want change. I want positive change, right? And so, being that you studied, you've worked to see what is suitable to come to this rural area that will lift us up, in every area. Someone said that they would like to see a sports bar. Well, I got a question posed to me about, well, Miss Reynolds, why would you agree to that when you're a preacher? Well, I'm a preacher, but I'm not a judge. I'm not the judge. A mayor job is to work with the individuals in the city, and that's individuals and a group. So if there's someone that would like to see a sports bar, in which they are thriving all around us, meaning that even your family can go in. They're all across Georgia, Nashville, Florida. I mean, they're everywhere. But there are settings where they offer, family is it feels like a family setting. And so my focus is not being I'm not running to be someone's preacher. I'm running to be your mayor. So therefore I have to look at what each ethnic background wants. The other thing that I would like to mention, Alabama Department of Transportation, they have, identified grants that will improve, their bridges and, again, the roadway. There's one area in our city, I was scared to go across the bridge because, and it's not like a quote unquote bridge, but there's a sinkhole. There's an area in our city where, it's over a lake, and the concrete have shifted probably about 3 inches. It's very noticeable because when you drive on it, when you go in it, drops down. So that thing could collapse at any moment. So, to work with Alabama Department of Corrections, the of Transportations. And then one of the other things is, I think I mentioned, yes, working with and engaging with our county commission.
This has been, I'm looking through my notes. I think I'm just about done with my notes. Because you have said so much. You have said so much. This has been real good. I have a question for you, Apostle. Being that I am a business owner and nonprofit, I know you're going up for mayor. No. But have you thought about even doing work, along with like business owners that may want to come to you and say, do you want to host a class? Can you give us more details on how we can better ourselves as a business owner? How can we apply for grants, or how can we put together a grant, if you know how to do that, for our nonprofit? Have anybody ever come to you with that, or is there something that you would think about doing?
Well, I can't do that actually as a coach. As a mayor, but I am a coach. I have several mentees that I'm working with some that already have businesses. I'm in the process of helping start up a couple businesses. So, and as it relates to being, in business, I think that it's a great opportunity, for any elected official to help enhance and enlighten their city business owners. However, if you've never been a business owner, if you've never started a business, if you've never scaled, that means that you got the highs and lows, but you work on implementing the digital, any of the advertising, the website, cards, and now you don't even have to get cards because you can do that digitally too. But however, making sure that your name is out there and helping those scale their businesses to say, yes, it's an investment, but however, you need signs out by your street. You need to consistently ask your customers, well, how was the food? Take surveys, to say, how was our fried chicken? How was our red beans and rice? And let the customers help you build your sometimes in business, and then we'll slack off. So these are areas where, as a businesswoman, you have to pay close attention in order for your business to continue to grow. So most definitely, I am, a woman. We've had workshops, we've conferences, that has been directly targeted to build one's confidence. Number one, to build one's confidence. I remember I was shaking in my knees the first chamber meeting I went to, the first women-owned business meeting that I went to. And to mention women-owned business, there are DBEs and DBAs. There are opportunities for minority owned businesses, and not only of color. That is for women, that is for disabilities, that is for veterans, that we all are considered to be minorities. So don't let that minority have you in a mindset, oh, they're talking to me because I'm brown skinned. Oh, I'm they talking about the queen, right? Because I'm on the Nubian Queen talk show. Right? So let's make sure that we understand the process of it, and we would love to support any business, because I am definitely experienced and I believe I'm qualified to help any grassroots business. That means that you started from ground zero. You never been to school for it. No one ever educated you on it. You just had that unction.
That's good, Apostle. We'll wait for her to come back. So y'all see that this has been a great thing. I'm gonna have to let her go, but y'all see that she's even open for coaching. So as well as her going up for the mayor of Citronelle, she also has other things that she'll be doing. So she's not just trying to be a blessing for you as a business owner, but what about the training that you require, the training that you need? And so I'm excited for what she's doing. I'm excited about it. So if y'all are interested and y'all say, I would love to get some training, I would love to learn more about the nonprofit aspect of it, can you coach me? As soon as she come back on, we're gonna see if we can get some information from her, because she is for the community. She is for helping business owners, nonprofit. She's talking about the youth. She's talking about fixing the streets, the structure part of the community that she's going up for as a mayor. She has a desire and a passion to see growth and to see change in her community. So y'all, I'm telling you, if y'all have not shared this video, go ahead and share it on your Facebook page. Encourage though, because there may be someone that's in that area or may know someone in Citronelle and say, this woman of God is really serious about growing Citronelle, because she's talking about things that may not be going on in Citronelle. There may not be people really fixing the roads, the lighting, taking care of the buildings and that community, because there are a lot of communities there, the buildings are not being repaired, they're not even being used. And so you can put someone in that building for them to have their business in there, daycare, workout center, all kinds of stuff. And so she is not just going up for mayor, but she is for the business owners, nonprofits, fixing up the community, taking care of the things that are needed that others are complaining about. Because we talk about a bridge that got a sinkhole. What is that? So I'm just saying, she is here to help build a community to make it better. And that's what we're looking for. Because I drive in our streets, and right there where we have our park at, they will go boom real fast. But guess what they did? They put those bump things one up, and if you want to. That's one of the great things that they did in Hamilton County in that park area. That's low, because if you hit, I was going like probably 20 miles per hour, the speed limit. I thought my little vehicle was going, I was in the air. You gonna have to go one. You gonna have to go on like you gonna have to go on one. But that's when we got to see improvements in your county. And she's going, there needs to be improvements. A road that's dusty, dirt road been there for years, and got great people in the area. And she's going to be trying to get those things, like where you can actually see where the money is going, your taxpaying money, going to the small communities and helping small business owners. People that have a business open, have a building, and guess what? You'll see them 6 months later, they shut down because they don't have the support in the community. They don't even know their business is even out there. But I'm just saying, but she's the one. If y'all have not shared this video, share on your Facebook page, encourage and tag other people. You may know some people in Citronelle. You may see her. Share it on your page when she's putting out her flyers and saying, vote for me. Even if you're not in the area still, share on your Facebook page. Apostle, is there anything else you want to share before we go?
Yes, I would like to say again, thanks Citronelle for, all of the support that has already been given. Thank those that are, praying with us, because we want the best opportunity, to bring forth the change that Citronelle needs. There's been a steady decline in Citronelle, about 28%, according to the statistics. There's a couple other things that I would like to mention. One of the first things that I would like to implement is a fire chief. I would like to have a fire chief that's reachable 24/7, and if not 24/7, but we would have someone at that fire station along with a couple of deputies or firemen, and I know our town is small and everybody wants to say where the money come from. Well, Citronelle is not broke because we are the oil capital of Alabama. They are bringing thousands of barrels of oil out of Citronelle every month. And so there's an area that can be reopened, even to the capacity of where it has been. And I'm saying that because that industry had slowed down in some areas. However, they are pumping oil out of the city of Citronelle. So, let's not tell the people we're broke. We're paying our taxes. This little city is money come through it because, we are right in the center of a main street, main highway. And so, when we allocate the funds appropriately, then you can see some growth in areas where there's no growth. You can see opportunities take place, not only, when there's a new election coming up, and then we can see some growth. No, that's the oldest tactic in the world. Let's make a continuation of growth, steadily growing our in again businesses that is suitable and that would help our businesses that have been here for years. And when I say that, if you had more than one grocery store, if you had more than one department store, listen, that will cause prices to decrease and it will balance out. If you have only one grocery store and you say, oh, they have a carton of eggs on sale, for 99 cents, but you need a 12 pack or a family pack of chicken, and where it's normally $10 for a family pack, Now they're charging you 20. So you're not really getting those eggs for free. I mean, for on sale. They just didn't price up over here. So we got to think like, out the box to see really what's going on. And so when you bring in competition, that means that now our prices have to be, a balance where it would benefit our whole community. And you mentioned something about dirt roads. There are dirt roads. There are potholes. There are streets that have not been paved in 20 years or more. Now I'm hearing this from residents that live on these streets. There are some overhangages, and say this to the people of Citronelle. The city of Citronelle have city workers, and our city works Monday through Thursday about 10 hours a day. However, we don't have enough city workers, and I believe it paid our employees for what they're worth. And if you have departments that this department is supposed to keep up our streets and our yards, that's what they're supposed to be doing. They shouldn't be taking down chairs. They shouldn't be helping decorate. They shouldn't be doing any of those things. Hire the appropriate people and pay them for what they do. But you have to get organized. You have to get organized, and you have to implement systems. Thank you, Citronelle, for your support. I appreciate you. And I want to tell you, I will do everything in my God-given power first. And then secondly, I will partner with those that's around me, and I will get the job done. Along with you, there's nothing that we cannot achieve right here in the great city of Citronelle, Alabama. I would like to thank this amazing woman, my sister, my friend, none other than the Nubian Queen herself, Yolanda Mitchell. Thank you for this opportunity. Thank you for taking that time and inviting myself to be part of this amazing talk show. Y'all follow the woman of God. Y'all follow this talk show. And I promise you, you will be educated, you will be enlightened, and your life will be enhanced. Thank you so much.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you for that, Apostle. So y'all vote Devenia Reynolds, a committed leader for Citronelle. As she embarks on her journey to serve as mayor, Devenia Reynolds invites all citizens to join her in building a stronger, more prosperous future for Citronelle. With the mantra, yes, we can. She is ready to lead with integrity, compassion, and a vision for a better tomorrow. Vote Devenia Reynolds for mayor. Amen. Thank you so much, Apostle, for coming onto the show. God bless you. We love you, and we thank you so much. And for those that's out there that shared it, thank you for sharing this live. Go ahead and follow this woman of God so that whenever she posts, you will get the notification so that you can share on your Facebook page as well. Follow her. Thank you so much, you all, for tuning in. We love you all so much. Take care of yourselves. Enjoy the rest of your beautiful Saturday. Love you all. Peace and blessings. Love you, Apostle. Have a great night. Take care.
God bless you. Good night.
Good night.